right?
Yeah, I just don't think that Jace is in a good spot right now. He doesn't do a whole lot of damage. They already have the shielding from the Orianna. They're going to grab a Poppy for the front line as well. It just feels like, you know, you mentioned the Jax. I feel like that could have been good, especially with so much taken off the board in terms of something that can counter a Jax. Not the best choice, but again, not a lot of options.
If you go for that full crit build for the Kaisa and you have the shields to come through from the Shen plus her shield from her ultimate, it feels pretty decent. As we're going to lock in Cho'Gath as the final pick here for the side of AGAL. Pretty weird one here, especially into the Jace, normally used as a anti-tank counter pick. Insanely good, or she, but you know, in this case, Ken is insanely effective into MF. As Tarzan is going to be flashed. That was a great timing there by Jovi.
Couldn't go south. Kael was coming up the river.
Don't give a wall for him to smash you into.
Early game is just so difficult. Canyon is fortunately going to take an extra turret shot here. They're still looking to commit to the dive.
Yeah, doesn't actually have the frost armor after that. Still going to go for it. Here is Flandre. Bit of an early flash and isn't going to be able to make it. As if Canyon dies, it's purely because he took that turret shot early. Oh, bit of a disaster there as we go 1-for-1. Is now Chovy in trouble. No flash available as Tarzan looking to make his way in, and the hook goes wide. But Chovy is not too worried about it. He is 6 CS in the lead and is going to be able to retain some control as Ruler. Supercharger now on cooldown as Kael looks for the hook, doesn't get it. That was a greedy one as he wanted to take Ruler with Dura right in front of him, and now the taunt is going to come in. Canyon does have that Glacial Prison. The flash forward on top of Hope does get the flash out from him as the Permafrost to come on forward. And oh dear, that's a goal in my country. Still doesn't actually matter as they manage to lock down the kill onto the Blitzcrank and give that kill over to Ruler. Thus far, despite being a bit of a punching bag, as Kael looking for a bit of an angle. Can he outplay it yet again? It's against the wall. It's Chovy, and that is not what you want to see. Still not exactly taking that much damage, and the turret's being tanked here by Tarzan. Shanks with not very much damage at this point, with only a catalyst. So Chovy just is fine.
Tarzan here with the push. Chovy has no flash, has only his ultimate, which offers a lot of damage back, but it's not quite enough.
Yeah, you can see him scratching his head there, not happy with the way that one played to that first item a bit quicker.
Oh, Ruler. Hook is going to connect. Kael finds that one as the flash has to be used. The silence comes in, but Ruler is going to be okay, actually using the barrier a little bit late to make sure that...
of the CS. If Keen had TP, it could go down to answer. Instead, they're going to try to make a cross-map play here before that swap back here onto Flandre, but Flandre is just going to get out.
Yep, he's just going to run real fast. Tarzan in position as well, and in fact, the cavalry is about to arrive. Kael will be coming out of the fog of war, and this is dangerous now for Gen G. Canyon wanting to make his way out. The steadfast presence still there, and the knockup.
I mean, if the Sejuani ulted him, he'd be totally fine. Now they're looking for Keen.
Yeah, looking to try and overload here as Keen clears out the wave instantly in Stand United. All right, let's see what Gen G can get done as the Rift Herald has spawned now. Hook is going to come through, and Ruler just caught out. Killer Instinct going to be used as the flash bullet time is going to secure the kill. They do take a bit of damage off the back end. The Glacial Prison was there, but I think that Rift Herald was earned.
It's really interesting to see Kael having so much success on this Blitzcrank. I mean, fantastic hook once again. The vision game that we've been mentioning all game long coming through once again. And remember, he only picked this Blitzcrank.
I give him the crank.
So far, I think we're going to have to continue to trust. But it's one of those fights where it's a win for AGL out of the trickery, right? Out of the vision game, out of the pick potential. And that's the kind of lead they're going to keep holding on to. There's a TP is going to be committed by Chovy.
Okay, they just want to take this turret. They might be able to get first brick, actually, as Rift Herald is going to go down in mid. They're going to be able to get the charge, but the turret does go down. So no feats of strength just yet, as there's still one more objective needed to be picked up by AGAL. And 2, if Gen G want to be able to claim it, as this Rift Herald is really getting put through her paces.
I don't know if there's any way that Gen G are going to stop this dragon from going over. And that is
the charge. 2 turrets.
Two type of fight where Gen G can use their poke. They finally have vision control, and they're going to force AL for the first time to come to them. And come to them they must.
Yeah, Tarzan going to get stunned up there by the gravity field. Can they manage to get this as they knock them all away? The Otacon is just stolen. And Gen G, what was the plan?
Be prepared to deal with it, but they decided just to burn as quickly as possible. At the end of the day, AL, big winners here again.
Well, this time Tarzan doesn't have the ulti available for this dragon fight. Let's see whether Gen G can take a little bit more control this time. The gravity field does go down. Death Ray's layered on top here. The poke is landing as Gen.G now try to get some control. Hook not quite going to connect there as in goes Duro. Does manage to get the taunt as there's the shockwave to finish off the Shen. And Kael is actually able to limp his way out of there. The Arcane Storm getting some work done. Killer Instinct there from Ruler gets the shutdown onto Flandre. Kael still alive though in this fight. Chovy looking a little worse for wear as Tarzan now going to turn away from his former teammate and look for his as Gen.G look to back off. There is the point blank ulti comes on through as Canyon. I don't think he's going to be able to do this alone, but he does manage to get at least one of them. Flashes away now as Tarzan, absolutely massive. Steadfast Presence comes in and oh my goodness, the buckler is what finishes off this jungler.
Maximizes his damage as Chaos Storm is decent, but Gen.G were in no way, shape, or form set up to fight that as they're looking to deny this dragon now, but I just don't think they have enough between this Victor and Shen.
And it was just in this extended fight. By the way, Tarzan not checked at all, just a really tanky Poppy, doing a ton of damage. I think he did the most damage in the fight, and he's a Poppy.
And he just sat on top of Chovy like the half of the fight.
Yeah.
Down to like 0. But since then, they just keep holding on to this, and it makes it so hard for Keen to hit Shock Blast. Like, look at him.
Oh my goodness. Okay, Canyon going to be the target. He's the jungler. That could mean Baron. And they do take him down. There's the nom-nom from Flandre. And AL, that was the target that they wanted. They get it simply, and now they're looking for even more. The Keeper's verdict is nothing. But I don't know whether they really wanted them to go away because AL kind of want to kill them all. Duro getting into that backline as there's the knock up onto Ruler, but he takes down Kael. Now a second to come in as Tarzan's on top of him. Will the passive be procced? It will as the Arcane Storm doing so much work in Gen.G. They are just going to ace them. Yeah, that was on my bingo card.
What a fight! Incredibly low Ruler. Chovy does 4,000 damage as he just kites his way through. It was going to happen. I didn't think it was possible, but they just barely pull it off.
Oh, you gotta watch Ruler in this one as well. I mean, this is incredible. Now, AGAL used so much in this fight to get the kill onto the jungler, and just take a look at Ruler. He's in the back line. Nobody's checking him. Tarzan's like, I'm the guy in this game, not you. Instead, it's Ruler picking up thousands of gold, the triple kill into the quadra by the end of it all. And he's just calm and collected. Doesn't even have anything special to say. And look at this in live. They take the Baron.
And even how much money that was? It was insane. Can see a few of them, and doesn't quite get Duro. Almost gets Keen, actually, as Shock Blast going to connect onto Hope. They're a little bit split up now, but Gen.G not overly committing. It's actually Canyon looking for Tarzan towards that top side. Tarzan not pressing an ult button, not even pressing W just yet as the buckler comes on in. The fight for the red buff now is going to be secured as the shockwave comes on in, but the flash out from Canyon will keep him safe. The heroic charge, and then the knock up onto Chovy for Tarzan. Just doesn't really do anything, and the follow-up
is still low health here, but Tarzan doesn't have flash, and Chovy's got the choke point control. There's that gravity field.
The gravity field's so incredibly good here. Is now Duro looking for that angle. As the Arcane Storm comes down, he's just going to walk in. Flandre's there, he just eats it. And obviously he does, as there's the setup. Keen is going to be able to take down his opposite number. And can they actually win a fight after this? Killer Instinct is named well here as Ruler goes in, but he's slowed down by the Make It Rain. And Gen.G, they do manage to get a Cho'Gath, and that's, I guess, a purple monster from the void, but the Baron works out better. Duro goes in, though, and they really want to force this. Keen goes down as Hope gets the kill, and now it's the Ruler show once again. Shanks is going to get taken out. It's actually a double here for Chovy. And yeah, right now they're searching through these brushes with mostly Keen and some Shock Blast. Hook is going to connect, but it is on to Canyon yet again as Ruler is out of the fight. In goes Duro, but he didn't want to be there. He thought that he was following up for his teammates as Keen. Yeah, he's going to try and boop them away. The red is obviously going to go over to the team with a billion smites.
The choice is theirs, but map control completely belongs to AL. And why push forward past the line?
This is the thing, right? This is the composition. You get the hook, you get the knock-up, you silence, the guy dies. Doesn't matter how much armor he has. It could be 400, it could be 400,000. The guy's going to die, and that's exactly what they do. And it feels like Gen.G are trying to bait out hooks and go from there.
Instead, pull AL down. This may just be the right call, the best call Gen G can make here, and Chovy's just offering a decent amount of poke.
All right, well, there is the Rupture connect onto Canyon. He's looking for his angle here as the ult is going to whiff. Everything, in fact, is going to whiff, and he's just eaten like a ham sandwich. And now you can see Gen G continuing to try and find the fight, but AL, they're not interested. They're just going to move over towards the Baron. Goodness, this turret just gets 3 hit by Hope. But you can see Keen doing a fair bit of damage there. Somehow Ruler finds the backline. There's the ult in! Can they actually get him? But the answer is so good! Still, Ruler is gonna go golden. The Shockwave connects onto 4! But that may not necessarily be enough. Tarzan manages to get the GA out of Ruler, but it's a double kill for Chovy. He's knocked around like a ragdoll, but they still have the carries. Tarzan gonna go down, and Ruler may have saved it for Gen G once again in the same game.
Oh, it's incredible how close these fights are. They're still chasing, and another Seeker's going to hit on a Flandre. He should be going down here.
There it is.
The end of him. It's 3v1. It's only Blitzcrank. Can they hold?
And Canyon clearing our vision where he can, as once again we are moving towards the ARAM scenario. Chovy moves up, Make It Rain comes down. Glacial Prison not really answered, but Keen finding a great angle. Shockwave connects, and down goes Canyon yet again. But can they win the fight? That's the question. There is the nom onto Keen, and it's a disaster here for Gen G. Ruler going in. You can sense the desperation as he will use the Zhonya's. The Sand United was there. The delivery of the Shen may have almost worked here as Ruler is just trying his best to get everything done, but they take down Chovy, and Ruler just cannot do it. AL, that is a clean sweep over Gen G. Only a Shen remains, but he's a ninja. He's just hiding, and this should be the end of the game.
I don't think Ruler could have done more, but it still wasn't enough. Canyon goes in again. I think it's his 8th death of the game. Wants to buy space, wants to find that angle. But AL, 1 game away now from that reverse sweep. They stand tall, they stand strong. The resilience of this squad here is something to remark about.
46 minutes on the clock here, an absolute slugfest between these two teams.